This summit marks the second edition of the African Trade and Investment Summit.
مرحبا بكم في قمة إفريقيا الثانية للتجارة والاستثمار. إنكوان لهلوتينيا Africa Trade and Investment Summit بدنا متاجو.
This continent, Africa, our continent is a continent with rich natural resources.
Our African brothers to dedicate their kind effort and experience.
We need to have some way.
Together we can unlock new markets, increase productivity and promote innovation that will shape the future of this great continent.
Good morning, እንዴት አደራችሁ? Your Excellency Ambassador Dina Mufti, member of the Foreign Affairs and Peace Standing Committee of the House of People's Representatives of Ethiopia, Ms. Majori Maila, First Secretary Economic of the Zambian Embassy in Addis Ababa, Mr. Azbaha Abai, Director of Corporate Services at Development Bank of Ethiopia, Mr. Abdenasser Turki, Chairman and CEO of the Investment Center of Africa. We were expecting more guests as well, including the Ambassador of the Zambian Embassy, who unfortunately had another meeting but couldn't join us today. But all of you honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning once again. How's everyone doing today? Distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to welcome you to the second African Trade and Investment Summit. My name is Mehret Tashome and it's an honor to stand before you for this prestigious event. This summit marks the second edition of the African Trade and Investment Summit hosted by the Investment Center of Africa, following the success of our previous event in June. Building on the accomplishment of the first edition, we are bringing you an even more remarkable program today, and we will be showcasing the vast trade and investment opportunities that Africa has to offer. We have a very exciting day filled with insightful discussions, networking opportunities, and we will continue connecting about trade and investment opportunities here in Ethiopia and Africa as a whole. We also have a very impressive lineup of speakers and guests, including government officials, corporate managers, ambassadors, and other high-level attendees. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again, and thank you very much for joining us today. Let's have a round of applause one more time for everyone. So to kick off the summit, we will begin with a video that will give us an insight of Investment Center of Africa, that is the organizer of this event. And right after the video, we will hear from the chairman and CEO of the Investment Center of Africa, Mr. Abdenasser Turki, who will deliver the opening remarks. I invite you all to watch the video, and we will hear from Mr. Abdenasser himself. Thank you very much.
There are many investment and business opportunities in Africa. When it comes to building a successful professional network, having the right business platform can make a big difference. That's where the Investment Center of Africa comes in. Investment Center of Africa has developed a digital platform that brings together businesses, investors, professionals, and governments to provide a space to share opportunities, contacts, and knowledge to help them succeed across the continent. For investors who are looking for deals to invest in, or startups, entrepreneurs, and governments with exciting projects, Our platform allows you to showcase your projects and connect with potential partners and investors who can help bring your ideas to life. Mark your calendars for the Africa Trade and Investment Summit. ATIS is an exclusive and high-level summit that takes place twice a year, hosted by the Investment Center of Africa, and you're invited to participate or become a sponsor. ATIS provides a space to build relationships with experts and new partners in your field to offer your products and services. Additionally, Investment Center of Africa offers a special promotion program that you can use to promote your business. It helps you sell more, reach new customers, and grow your business across the continent. With our platform, your business and network will be ready to collaborate 24/7 locally, regionally, and globally. So, why wait? Sign up for free today and start exploring the countless investment and business opportunities available in Africa.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Your Excellency Ambassador Dina Mufti, Member of Foreign Peace Standing Committee of the House of People's Representative of Ethiopia, Her Excellency Mrs. Majoria Maile, First Secretary Economic of the Zambian Embassy in Addis Ababa, the Honorable Mr. Atseba Hayape, the Director of Corporate Services of the Development Bank of Ethiopia, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. مرحبا بكم في قمة إفريقيا الثاني للتجارة والاستثمار. من أدرجو إن كوان لهلوتينيا Africa Trade and Investment Summit بدنا متاجو بتمدس بلون يلكفتي بزو ميا مامرو. Welcome to the second Africa Trade and Investment Summit, which takes place today in this beautiful city, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. I would like to thank to all of you for your participation and your response to attending in this international summit. It is an honor to stand before you today as we gather to discuss and explore opportunities for trade and investment in the African continent. I would like to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed delegates who traveled from different countries to be with us today. Your presence here signifies the importance of cultivating and strengthening economic partnership between African countries and the global community. Africa, often referred to as the continent of opportunities, has shown remarkable potential for economic growth and development. With a population of over between 1.3 to 1.4 billion people, vast natural resources, and growing middle class, Africa presents an interactive landscape for investment and trade. The purpose of this summit is to harness the potential by bringing together key stakeholders, including government officials, business leaders, investors, entrepreneurs. Together, we aim to foster an environment that encourages bilateral trade, investment, and technology transfer, ultimately driving sustainable economic growth and prosperity in Africa. We are here today because we recognize that the trade and investment are catalysts for economic transformation. By fostering collaboration and strategic partnerships, we have the power to create jobs, reduce poverty, and improve the quality of life for millions of people across Africa. Together, we can unlock new markets, increase productivity, and promote innovation that will shape the future of this great continent. Through the summit, our aim is to foster an open and inclusive dialogue where ideas can be shared, best practices can be highlighted, and collaboration can flourish. I encourage you all to actively engage in discussions, network with fellow participants, and explore partnership opportunities. Together, we can build bridges that connect Africa with the rest of the world, creating a favorable environment for trade and investment that will benefit all parties involved. We are privileged to have an exceptional lineup of speakers who possess invaluable knowledge and expertise in their respective fields. Their insights will serve as the catalyst of innovative thinking and collaborative action, leading to concrete outcomes that will benefit both investors and the African people. Ladies and gentlemen, We are the platform of Investment Center of Africa, service as Africa's premier business platform dedicated to foster investment and trade across the continent, with the objective of facilitating connections, partnerships, and the exchange of trade and investment opportunities among businesses, investors, professionals, organizations, and governments to contribute long-term sustainable socio-economic development and job creation across the African continent. We extend our thanks and appreciation to the government of Ethiopia that supported and cooperated with us and contributed to the success of this summit. I would also like to express my sincere gratitude to all our speakers, participants, partners, and sponsors who have made this event possible. Finally, an event like this not happen in one day. I would also like to express my deepest gratitude to all of our team, including our moderator, Mrs. Mehret Teshome, who have coordinated with us this very fruitful international summit over the course of several months. We thank everyone for their efforts in making the summit a success. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abdunasser Turkey, for sharing your powerful insights and for your hard work organizing this summit for the second time here in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now move on to our keynote speakers and industry leaders session. We have the privilege of welcoming distinguished guests who shed light on country-focused investment opportunities here in Ethiopia. It is my pleasure to introduce our first keynote speaker, His Excellency Ambassador Dina Mufti, member of the Foreign Affairs and Peace Standing Committee of the House of People's Representatives of Ethiopia. With his extensive experience in diplomacy and international relations, Ambassador Dina Mufti has played a significant role in promoting Ethiopia's interest and fostering cooperations with other nations. And for the last 38 years, he has served as an ambassador to Zimbabwe, Sweden, Nairobi, Cairo, and many other countries. Please join me in giving a warm round of applause to welcome His Excellency Ambassador Dina Mufti to the stage as she joins us to deliver the first keynote speech.
Good morning. I would like to thank the Master of Ceremony for the introduction. Mr. Abdi Nasser, Chairman and CEO of the African Investment Center. Ms. Maju, First Secretary of the Embassy of the Republic of Zambia in Ethiopia. Mr. Azbaha, Corporate Director of the Development Bank of Ethiopia. Business delegates, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, and all other invited guests. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to the organizers of this timely conference for inviting me to this grand event. It is also an event that time has come for it, though so they can be proud of what they have been doing in organizing such a forum. Business and investments in Africa come with abundant opportunities. There are various sectors like agriculture and agro-processing, mining, telecommunication, banking, ICT, and others that can bring huge opportunities for investors who dare to invest in these sectors. This continent, Africa, our continent, is a continent with rich natural resources, huge mineral like oil and gas deposits. It's also a continent with huge arable lands that are available for agriculture. Therefore, investment in these all fields, particularly in agriculture and agro-processing, investment in agriculture, in infrastructure, energy, aviation, healthcare, and tourism are to be encouraged. As much as we encourage the investment, we should encourage investors also to face all the challenges that come from here. There are obvious challenges out there, that all investors and their partners should deal with and should overcome. These challenges should come in the form of shortage of foreign exchange, lack of energy, at times lack of available space or land, and others. But they can be overcome with the overall commitment of all in the process of investment in the business. If all investors, if all entrepreneurs coordinate their efforts, if they do their level best so to overcome all these difficulties, they can easily overcome them. And there are no problems that could be beyond our capacities, because the outcomes, the opportunities that come afterwards would exceed the efforts that we do. In this context, I would like to mention one of the actors that could, in fact, be considered as a partner for any investment who does investment jobs in Ethiopia or business in Ethiopia. This is a known actor, an actor that is growing, an actor that is flourishing. We call it Ambassadors Microfinance, which is aimed at investment in the financial sector. This Ambassadors Microfinance is actively engaging with commercial banks, investment banks, insurance companies, and brokerage firms, and all other various actors so as to engage in investment. Its objective is fighting poverty, financial development through poverty alleviation schemes. So we can have all other actors that could be partners in this case. I think forums like this will create an opportunities for all investors who are participating to come together and to know each other, to exchange data and get themselves ready for investment. But last but not least, I wish this conference success, and those who came from other countries, from abroad for this conference, I hope you look forward for seeing ATIS and the surroundings. There are a lot of areas that could be visited. Ethiopia as a country that could represent touristic opportunities for others is a country to be visited. Though this time around you will be able to visit ATIS and the surroundings. Hopefully you will succeed in your business, and everything will be at your disposal. Everybody will cooperate with whatever efforts you do, and finally you will succeed. Thank you very much. Shukran jazilan. Galatoma. Namasagnal.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency Ambassador Dina Mufti, for the very insightful speech, and we recognize the contribution made by the Ethiopian government in creating and enabling an environment for trade and investment as well. So thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my honor to introduce our next esteemed speaker, Mr. Azbaha Abbay, the Director of Corporate Services at the Development Bank of Ethiopia. Please welcome Mr. Azbaha Abbay with a round of applause to the stage.
Good morning. I am delighted to be here today with you to share you about DB's policy and loan processing procedures. Because if you want to invest in Ethiopia, DB is your first partner, since DBE has long experience in project finance. So, as you know, Development Bank of Ethiopia is a policy bank aimed at providing medium and long-term development finance to various sectors, including commercial agriculture, agro-processing, mining, and extractive industries, or generating industries, healthy and tourism services. The bank total assets at 160 billion, growing at an average rate of 17% per year over the past 5 years. The total income of the bank grew to 13.8 billion at the end of June 2020. So, the total income of the bank at 13.8 billion at the end of June 2023 indicates a growth of 60.7% compared to the preceding year's performance. While the net profit has significantly increased from loss of 1.4 billion per 5 years ago to net profit of per 6.5 billion by the end of this fiscal year. So the vision to be a world-class development bank of Ethiopia that helps to achieve Ethiopian economy transformation vision 2030. The mission development bank of Ethiopia is a specialized financial institution established to promote the national development agenda through development finance and close technical support to viable projects from priority areas of the government by mobilizing funds from domestic and foreign sources while ensuring its sustainability. This is DBO mission. DBE finance medium and long-term projects with a minimum possible equity contribution and mostly holding the finance projects as collateral. On the other hand, it charges interest rates and fees substantially below the market as compared with the conventional commercial banks. As a policy bank of the country, DBE is uniquely positioned to address market failures that exist in each market nodes across the value chains. By mobilizing long-term and large-scale financing, DBE plays a great role in de-risking long-term investments. Existing loan products of the bank, term loan for above 7 years, medium term loan for 3 to 6 years, working capital loan for DBE finance projects. Other credit services are lease financing, co-financing, guaranteeing service, pre-shipment facility, input financing. Interest rate and service fee. The interest rate and the fee it charges on its customers are substantially below the market. Current interest rate for agriculture sector projects finance, both at corporate and SME project is 7%, which is below the market. Industry sector corporate projects finance, which includes agro-processing, manufacturing, mining and extractive industries, and power generating industries, 11.5%. Other corporate projects, including health and tourism, 13%. In addition to that, there are different lending interest rates for SME lease finance. Collateral, the bank relies primarily upon the viability of the project itself. However, in order to minimize default of risk or to safeguard the loans to be loaned to priority areas, project of new and expansion will be fully covered by minimum of 100% collateral. DBE receives in-kind equity contribution for the new and the existing investments. For example, when you invest a building or machineries, DBE can receive in-kind contribution. Proportion of debt and equity, local project financing, local investor for new, 75-25 ratio. Local investor for expansion, 60-40. Local investor for new projects that are housed inside government-owned industrial parks, 85-15%. Foreign investor for new and expansion loan, 50-50 ratio. Lease financing, local investor, 80-20, which means all cost of machineries or equipment will be covered by the bank. And all working capital costs expected covered by the client. Foreign investors not allowed for lease financing. Loan processing procedures at DBE. Any loan request shall pass through the following loan processing phases: loan application, receiving, document evaluation, and due diligence assessment, project appraisal, project loan review, project loan approval, loan contract, and documentation. Documents requirement from new applicant, application letter, certificate, and the licenses such as investment certificate, principal registration, PIN number, and others. declaration of source of equity, track record, land-related documents, technical and engineering-related documents, company project and management, marital status of the applicant for sole proprietorship, article and memorandum of association, project feasibility study, key issues or constraints from the investment perspective, negligent or lack of willingness in paying the loan and interests as per the contract. Some of the clients tend to divert finances for others unintended businesses. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Azbahabai, the Director of Corporate Services at the Development Bank of Ethiopia, for the very insightful presentation. Now it's time to turn our attention to our Spotlight program, where we will hear from esteemed individuals and companies who have made significant changes in their fields, and they will explain some of the investment and trade opportunities in their respective fields as well. The first person to take the stage would be Engineer Getnet Belay. It's my pleasure to introduce our esteemed speaker, Engineer Getnet Belay, the Board President of Ethiopian Beverages Manufacturing Industries Association. And his speech will be about a beverage manufacturing industry here in Ethiopia. So please give a warm applause for Engineer Getnet Belay as he takes the stage.
Okay, good morning. Excellencies, owners of industries and investors, distinguished leaders and managers, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank our brother, Mr. Abdi Nasir, ICOA, and African Trade and Investment Summit, CEO and Chairman, to invite me to present a speech here now. Please. And I, Engineer Getnet Belay, as the President of the Ethiopian Beverages Manufacturing Industries Association Board, would like to welcome you all to the land of origin, Ethiopia, and the capital city of Africa, Addis Ababa. I feel much honored to deliver my speech on this joint forum of the Investment Center of Africa and Africa Trade and Investment Summit. As you know very well, Africa is the world's second largest and most populated next to Asia. It is the least developed continent in the world in regard to industrialization, though we have ample opportunities in the region. Despite this low concentration of industry, recent economic expansions along with the young population make Africa an important and suitable industry investment place in the global region. As we know, raw materials, manufacturing, and service industries are the major components. Beverage industry is also yet not fully exploited here in Africa. My today's emphasis is going to be on this issue in relation to the Ethiopian beverage industries, which I am currently engaging on, and I have gained several experience. The Ethiopian Beverage Manufacturing Industries Association have 134 members. We are striving and aspire to deliver more and more, despite the hindering effects of both global and local problems, such as inflation, insecurity, and lack of skilled professionals. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as one of the most important industries that satisfy daily human necessities, food and beverage has witnessed a surge in market share. For a long time, they have been considered a first-rate field for running a business. Now in this sector, more and more stakeholders desire to engage in this fat land of benefit. According to the statistics, from past 10 years, global beverage market volume witnessed a constant increase of more than 300 million liters in sales. Owners, consumers, and society as a whole. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, to be more specific, the beverage market includes alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks, generating an annual revenue reach of billions of dollars and helping several millions of people escape from unemployment here in Ethiopia. The manufacturers, wholesalers, and retail of beverages in Ethiopia, with a population around 120 million people nowadays in Ethiopia, is the second most populated country in Africa and represents a largely untapped and untouched consumer market. There is growing demand for carbonated soft drinks as well as bottled water, and branded non-alcoholic beverages are becoming increasingly popularities among upwards mobile members of society. During the past 5 years, foreign companies have made substantial investments in the Ethiopian beverage industry, and several manufacturers have expanded their installed capacity in an effort to meet the growing demand of the beverage industries in Ethiopia. Ethiopia has sustained robust economic growth and macroeconomic stability over the past decade, with real GDP growth average of around 10%. The Ethiopian government offers an enabling policy environment and competitive incentives package to investors. These include export incentives, almost 100% exemption from payment of custom duty on imported capital goods, as well as exemption from income tax for new investors and for investors operating in specified regional areas. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, to sum up, despite the high mutual competition among segments, the beverage industry is considered a potential market with a promising future. As can be clarified above, I have provided you a general overview of the beverage industry by related statistics for sales, revenue, market share, and estimated growth. From that, you can get the entire picture of both current and future product trends for immediate investing. Therefore, I would like to invite our potential investors, especially our African brothers, to dedicate their kind effort and experience by investing in this sector to the common benefits and the development of beverage industrialization here in Ethiopia. Last but not least, please join and invest in Ambassador Microfinance in Ethiopia to support the industry sector in Africa as well. God bless Ethiopia and Africa to have more industries in the future. Thank you so much.
That was a very powerful speech. Thank you very much, Engineer Getineth Belay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my honor to introduce our next esteemed speaker at our Spotlight program, Mr. Abdurrahman Noor, the Chairman and CEO of Bodari Mills Group.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you very much for that beautiful introduction. And I think let's put our hands together for the entire team, including Abdul Nasser, that have organized this event, because without them, we couldn't be here. As you can see, we are in the manufacturing area, food processing mainly. What we do is we take wheat and other grains and we process it into their end products, flour and animal feed. Now, flour is the backbone of food security because it comes from cereal grain. And animal feed is also important because this area is drought prone. Every couple of years, I think we experience one of those natural droughts where animals are dying, by the millions, only to restock again, and that cycle repeats over and over again. So we need to have a way of preventing our livestock and our livelihood from perishing, and I think by establishing manufacturing industries that could actually be complement the livestock industry in East Africa is very important. Now, if I come back to the main products, flour, which we produce, it's not a luxury item. It's a necessity because you can produce all kinds of products. You can injera, the most famous one. You name it, sambusa, pasta, spaghetti, macaroni, all kinds of different things. And the consumption is only going to be increasing because look at Ethiopia, 120 million plus. I think each year 2.5 million babies are born. I'm from Somaliland. Our entire population is 4 million. So within 2 years, you guys can replace us all there. Now, if I come back to how Bodari Mills started, the capacity, and what we are able to supply in terms of market demand, we can do approximately 30,000 tons of flour each year. That's about $10 million gross. It's a commodity-based economy. That means we are prone to the fluctuations and the price spikes of the global markets. And just take a look last year in 2022 during the Ukraine-Russia crisis. We all suffered, the price spikes for food really went up. Although Africa is known to be a commodity-based economy, we still import cereals. We export maybe tea, cotton, that sort of thing. But the backbone of, food security is still dependent on others, really. And our company is taking major steps in solving that equation. We actually want a subsidiary company called Better Rain, and we are going to be using high-tech center-pivot irrigation systems. These are very large circular pipes that rotate around the axis. They are able to increase the yield per acre. Right now, rain-fed is like 1 ton, of wheat per acre or cereals. With these systems, we can do up to 3 tons. I was talking to Mr. Atsba from BBE, and we're talking about investment in Ethiopia by agriculture, where we can export the cereal grains back to Somaliland and then bring back the goods here. So in a sense, we are trading with each other, which is what Africa should be. We came here today to form partnerships in distribution, in getting our products, as far as possible, and also for investment. In terms of investment, our board of directors has approved a $1.2 million injection to the company to expand into Ethiopia. We are open for business. We are not a new company. We have a market traction. And, it's an item that is needed by everyone. So we're not going to speculate whether it will be used or not. It will be used. That's easy every day. Africa is composed of 54 nations. I think out of those 54 nations, 44 of them depend on commodity economies, as I said earlier. And that means it's a mature market. It's not a services, technology, or industries. I think that will eventually pick up. But this industry that we are in right now is it. So if you're looking for investment, we're here. And we're also looking to invest in Ethiopia with a good interest rates, hopefully, as Mr. Aspa indicated. If I tell you about where we are based off and the opportunities that are there, I think we've been talking about Ethiopia, but I should probably mention a little bit about Somaliland. The population is 4 million. We have a large diaspora of talent as well as local, very creative. Our port, has been rebuilt with a $500 million investment by UAE. Soon, the electricity from the Renaissance Dam will be, flowing to Somaliland, which is going to help the manufacturing industry. So definitely, it's a place that you don't want to miss. You at least want to have some sort of a food there. We have a coastline that's like 400 kilometers long. And I invite all of you to come there. And I think you will be surprised with the small population and amount of talent that is there, that if we cooperate, we can do wonderful things. I will leave it at that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abdurrahman Noor. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to announce before we continue with the Spotlight program, I would like to announce that you in the audience will also have a chance to introduce what company you represent, what opportunities of collaboration there is in your respective fields, because this event is also about B2B communication and networking. So brace yourselves and make sure you take the mic, because we will pass the mic around, so you can have at least 2-3 minutes to introduce yourself, your company, and some B2B collaboration opportunities that there is. So ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce our next speaker at our Spotlight program, Mr. Gush Mabrathom, the General Manager of Ambassador Microfinance Share Company. He will give us some insights into the opportunities of investments on microfinance in Ethiopia. Please give a round of applause for Mr. Gush Mabrathom as he joins us to the stage.
My name is Gush Mabrathom. I have earned my BA degree in philosophy and master's in business administration. For the last 18 years, I've been working in private and governmental offices in different positions, but now I'm the chairperson of Ambassador Microfinance Share Company Institution. So, first and foremost, just allow me to say thank you for Mr. Abdel Nasser Turki, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the Investment Center of Africa, and his team for willing to present my idea here. So, shortly, we have an idea and which related with microfinance action matter. Ambassador Microfinance Share Company is now, we are opening here in Ethiopia, and we have very tough management staff there, and we have got within 6 months the license from the National Bank of Ethiopia, and now I don't want to say so much, but we want to announce that people can buy a share or invest their money, and so microfinance in Ethiopia is very, very profitable and interesting business nowadays. So I hope people here and out of this stage can have this information and they can buy this share or they can invest easily. So Ambassador Microfinance have its own great ambition or strategy to make the services about the including the loans, saving, insurance, and the remittance all over the country. So we are very pleased that just people can join us easily. So we are selling our shares in 5 banks within the country. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia, Abyssinia Bank, Oromia Bank, Wagagan Bank, and New Bank are the 5 banks who are selling our shares. So the minimum amount of share is 180 US dollars or 10,000 birr in Ethiopian. and the maximum $359,131 or 20 million is already stated that just to buy the share in a block account, and even there is a 7% service charge there. So the capital we are proposing is just Ambassador Microfinance is expected to be operational in 2025 or 2017 Ethiopian calendar. With paid up capital is $1.35 million or 75 million birr, and subscribed capital will be $5.39 million or 300 Ethiopian birr. So this is what I want to say. In short, please let's work together, invest your money, share on Ambassador Microfinance share company. Thank you very much.
Very much, Mr. Grish. The next person to take the stage would be Mrs. Hannah Atnafu, Chief of Staff at Africa Leadership Excellence Academy. She will give us some insights into the training and development industry and creating African leaders. So please give her a round of applause.
It's an honor to be here. Though I was not prepared to make any speech, I would like to take this opportunity and talk about the Africa Leadership Excellence Academy, because I believe we both have the same vision. We both work in Africa. So I really want to say something on this one. So thank you, Engineer Gatenet, for this opportunity. He's the one who told me about this platform, which is very nice and promoting and our country, our continent, overall, globally. So thank you, Your Excellency, as well. When we talk about AFLEX, the Africa Leadership Excellence Academy, it's been re-established in about 2021. But so far, we have been able to train about 64,000 top leaders. We would like to expand this not only to Ethiopia, but to the continent as well. So we train the public sectors, but we aspire also to involve the private sectors and the civil societies. I think this is one of the platforms we would like to partner with, so that we engage our private sectors as well. We do give trainings, we do give research and advise on policies. When we talk about research, we partner with different organizations such as Ethiopian. What's their Ethiopian Alliance? What's the wisdom in there? How do they become, the aviation industry, the leading and the largest in Africa? What's the wisdom of the leadership? So we're doing some kind of partnership with them so that we learn from their leadership and we implement that in different parts of the continent. Something I really want to put in this stage today is about the summits, that they can work with us. How do they can work with us? The first one is we do have a large and state-of-the-art facility right at the skirt of Addis Ababa. It's about 22 kilometers from here. It's huge, it's nice, it's technologically advanced. So we really want to bring all the African summits to this board. We do have about 300 rooms, about 600 capacity conference rooms, 100 capacity conference rooms, and 12 syndicate rooms. So such forums can be handled in our facility. So we really want to partner with African embassies and such forums so that we bring these things to our facility. We are under reform now. We do have about 6 reforms. One of the reforms is establishing a department that is focused on African industry only. We would like to establish this African Forum, the African Affairs, with a vice president level, which is the vice president will be from Africa, and all the staffs will be equipped with African diversities. So this African Affairs will be board by a chairperson from the African Union. We have already started discussing with them. So this board chairperson will be a top person, a top official from the African Union. We really want to make our facility look like Africans, because we want to bring African leaders, African top students, and so on. So the whole and everything should look like Africans, so that people, when they come to our facility, they feel that we are at home. So next week, I was just communicating with Her Excellency
about, they are engaging the African ambassadors. We do invite them next week, next Wednesday, they will come to us, so that, they can bring their own artifacts and arts to the pole and everything, so that it looks like Africa. The other is about, the one I mentioned about the staff, the employees to look like African. The third is our major programs in two different categories. One is the general, the other one is the specific. When we talk about general, it's, training leaders on specific or general sectors, which is the first one is about, executive leadership development programs, women leadership development programs, public and emerging leaders development program. But when we talk about specific, it could be about, diplomatic leadership. How do we train our diplomats? It could be agricultural leadership. How do we train our agricultural leaders? It could be about industry leadership. We partner with different organizations and we cater and develop different curriculums so that it would be fitted to different organizations according to their need. We have about 50 hectares of land, but unfortunately we have used only less than 5% of it. But we still have a beautiful state-of-the-art facility in there. The rest 45%, we're going to use it for different dimensions. Now we have already prepared our master plan to put different facilities in there. But the major part in there is about the agricultural sector, the smart agricultural sector. We do want to bring our own foods and vegetables and everything, fish, cow, milk and everything for us and for the societies in our neighborhood. So we were communicating also with Sabrina and her team about the smart agriculture and how we can bring it to our facility. So we really want to partner with African investors in different platforms. One is with the infrastructure. How can we partner with some organizations or investors to build our infrastructures with the rest of the 45 hectares? The other one is about the smart farming I just mentioned. And the other is, well, the most important part is about how to partner with African scholars. How can we bring them to facilitate in our facility? How can we bring them to keep their mind in the research sector, in the mentoring and coaching area? So I would like to take this opportunity to call upon all stakeholders with the summits, friends and family members in this area. How can we work together? We're open for any negotiation, we're open for any discussion. We need to work together to bring the change we want to see in our continent. So our doors is always open. We can chat during lunch break and coffee break. We can exchange cards and we can build the continent we would like to see. Thank you.
This is Hannah, Chief of Staff at African Leadership Excellence Academy. It was a very beautiful and powerful speech, and hopefully everyone will invest in the future of Africa. So without further ado, like I mentioned earlier, I would like to give the chance to all of you really to introduce yourselves and the company you represent and what investment or cooperation or collaboration opportunities there is. We do have two microphones. So if anyone would like to speak, you can raise your hand and I will direct the mic to you.
Thank you so much all. My name is Naima Faisal Mahmoud. I am founder of Girls Hub in Somaliland, and my business is a vocational center that teaching the girls and women some different skills to create a job. So I'm so happy and I'm so very appreciate to part of this meeting. Also, I will thank for Abdel Nasser. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Sabrina Barra. I'm here from AM Technology Solutions. Today we brought our team as well. If you have any questions or anything, we would like to network. AM Technology Solutions, basically, we do, like earlier Hannah mentioned, we do smart farming. We invest in ERP, and then we investors to make sure the technology, they will be smart in their investments. the ERP solutions, smart farming, IoTs, overall also IT support our company. It's located in Kera. If you guys want to come and check it out, no problem. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to a parallel session or a panel discussion focused on trade and investment opportunities here in Africa and in Ethiopia. Industry experts will present valuable insights and perspectives, followed by a Q&A session where you will get to ask questions and ask for any clarification or anything you want to know in the specific fields. So without further ado, I would like to call to the stage the following guests to join the panel discussion. Mr. Abdurrahman Noor, Chairman and CEO of Bodari Mills Group. Please welcome him to the stage with a round of applause. Mr. Abdurrahman Noor, please join us on the stage. Mr. Getinnet Belay, Board President of Ethiopian Beverages Manufacturing Association. Please join us on the stage. Mr. Gush Mebratom, General Manager of Ambassador Microfinance Share Company, as well as Mr. Ashanafi Taka, Chief Technology Officer at AAM Technology Solutions. Please join us on the stage and let's give them a round of applause.
Let me start the panel discussion officially. I think we have said so much about in the morning session. Now we need from you questions and we will give you answers as a team. Before that, let me explain myself. My name is Engineer Getinnet Belay. I am the Board President of Ethiopian Beverage Industry Manufacturing Association. I am also handling more than around 18 companies from ABIG Corporate, which includes the soft drink, the bottling water, the dairy farm, import-export, agriculture sector, supermarkets, in general food and beverage streams. So now I am representing the association. So any question regarding beverage industries, you are welcome. Thank you.
What are your plans for the future regarding connecting Africa? And what can we do more from the people, from our side? What's required? Because what I see, there's a lot of work to be done regarding management and also from the people side. From your side, from the company side, and from your country side, what can we do more and what kind of strategy can we use to make Africans more connected? That's my question. Thank you.
My name is Marta Abate. I am a General Manager of ATIS Solution in Dedication and the Chairman of New Elite Academy. And in addition, I am Chairman of Trillium International Academy Parents Committee. So my question is for the share selling of Ambassador Microfinance. What you are telling us, Ambassador Microfinance is a new share company or a new share microfinance. What's the benefit for schools and for parents? And in addition to that, how can we join to your company? Can you facilitate any way of joining your microfinance? Thank you.
Okay, Africa is a continent with immense potential for trade and investment. With its rich natural resources, growing population, and vibrant entrepreneurship spirit, Africa offers a wealth of opportunity for businesses seeking to expand their global reach. However, Africa is also a diverse continent. However, with a complex political and economic landscape, to successfully navigate the African market, business must carefully consider unique factors that make, these factors. So my question was on the insight. What are the variable insights of prospective business focused on trade and investment?
Starting from the first questions, what are you doing to connect the people of Africa, including strategy? I think this is a very key question. I think now in ICAO, even trade and investment summit today, we make some connection within Africa. This is not Ethiopia. So we started the connection earlier last June. We continued today. And we will do in the future accordingly. So this is one of the networking forum to make connection among the people. And the second point, we already shared each other the contacts and will continue to address some kind of experience through email, through WhatsApp, and through other media, face-to-face discussion.
Well, first of all, Africa is a very large continent, 1.4 billion people, so we have to start locally, communities, small niches. Just start where you are. If I just give you a brief story of our projects and companies, Border Animals has 800 shareholders. All of them are African. So we built a community. When we did that, we started locally, so that who speaks like us, who looks like us, who has similar values to us. So for us, it was the Somali people in America. We went to 11 countries and 19 cities, all abroad, Europe and North America. We've put local activists there who were happy to support us for security, and they went to their local mosques, gatherings, how Africans are overseas, tea shops, always talking politics and stuff. And then they went there and they said, hey, we're actually going to make a difference. We're going to contribute for security. Would you like to invest $2,000, $5,000, $10,000? And then we collected millions of dollars that way, and then constructed a state-of-the-art factory complex. I've worked in Canada for approximately 27 years. Last time I was in Ethiopia was 1990. Now I'm coming back here on this stage. So everything that I've learned over there in my professional manufacturing, oil and gas, environmental science, you name it, I brought it back. And then I had to recruit a bunch of other Africans who were better than me in sales, in just about anything, both men and women. So the way we have to connect Africa is start local. And then once we do something, we can go ahead and connect with other regions of Africa, West Africa, South Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa, East Africa, you name it. So I think that's how Africa can get ahead. Second question was, hey man, I saw a lot of bananas in Somalia. Are you bringing where are you bringing wheat from, or flour from? Well, Africa, total I think countries 54 nations. And out of that 54 nations, 83% of them are commodity economies, approximately 45 countries. But when we say commodity economies, we're like, yeah, that's agriculture, and we're going to feed ourselves. No, it's not. It's petroleum, copper, iron, minerals. That's what most of it. We have the cocoa, cotton, tea, but not the backbone for security, cereal grains. Remember last year, 2022, when there was a conflict in Ukraine, Russia, all of us are still paying high prices for bread and daily items. That is because we don't produce our food. You take wheat, you can make it into 10 different products. Pretty much, you probably eat something made out of wheat 3 times a day. So yeah, that is, we are bringing it from Ukraine, very expensive, which is expensive for Somaliland, Somalia, and Ethiopia when we sell it to the customers. The reason we founded the other agricultural company I was talking about this morning, one, which translates into better rain, is actually to subsidize how much we import. So if we can produce 30% of the crops here, maybe 50,000 tons annually, then we can reduce the price, we can give you better quality, and job creation, decrease trade deficits, blah blah blah. How many stock if there's an economist here. I think that's pretty much it. The last question, I think, from our friend was how can we attract investment into Africa? Well, first of all, we have to have the talent, creativity, definitely. As the engineer put it, labor wages has to be slightly lower than the rest of the world until we can bump it up and say that okay, now we have to increase wages. So that's what I think. That's how we can attract investment-friendly atmosphere. Government policy, all that stuff plays a big role. That I think the only thing I would add is the raw material aspect that the engineer was talking about. Yes, there are two types of raw materials. Like the beverage industries, the raw materials is much easier, especially if you are doing company, drinks. Raw material, maybe 90%, 95%, I don't know what percentage it's water. So if you've got water, that's good. But if you are going into heavy manufacturing, like wheat or flour industry, then you can't find grains as easy as water, as drinking water. So, like in my country, Somaliland, most of the industry is bottled water because it's much easier to bottle water and sell it. And it's also a nice amount because everybody needs to drink. So it depends which area that you're going for raw material. If you're going to have industries, the food, and that sort of thing, yeah, of course, it's going to be rough. And we're going to have to be patient. If you're going to beverages in my country, market is saturated, so you have to somehow differentiate yourself in a different way. I think I'll leave it at that.
As I'm trying to mention from technology company, as you know, technology is very important for billion people of the world. So whenever we are planning to invest on this sector, we analyze a number of things. Currently, our company is working on we are doing different researches on the gap. So whenever we identify that gap and when we work to fill this gap, we believe that we will address our society's problem. Apart from doing different researches, we are trying to expand our market share, especially Ethiopia, but we are not aiming to exist only in Ethiopia, but we are planning to expand our business out of Ethiopia. In addition to that, as you know, most of our Westerners are very strong with technology, so we are trying to maintain partnership with them. We believe that whenever we have any technology transfer from them, we will have the chance to improve our products. In addition to that, we are from Africa, so we are trying to develop localized apps, which is easy for our society. So we are aiming to fill the gap and to provide best solutions for us. So in this way, we are trying to tackle problems of our society that they are facing. Thank you.
The main point is just the poverty reduction, I think. So in Africa, in most African countries, there is we don't have problems, so we don't very civilized. So poverty reduction must be done properly. So in order to reduce poverty, investors and business people should plan and make a kind of solution. So in relation to that, maybe in Ethiopia, as I mentioned before, we are planning to have a new microfinance. This microfinance will have its own contributing to prevent poverty reduction. So this has something to do, I think, making Africa connect. The other two questions related to my company. The one says what the benefits of benefits for microfinance or people who buy a share, what their benefit in regarding to this. So we have a lot of benefits if we are a member of Ambassador Microfinance Share. If you are a member of that, or if you are old shareholders, so we'll have a very low person. We can't get loan easily because we have very preferred members there with a loan or with minimum rate of interest. We can get loan. This is one point. The other is mainly microfinance. As we started, microfinance very profitable in Ethiopia. It doesn't even cover well. So if you are a member of that, we can have a highly dividend. That means from time to time yearly dividend there. The other thing is we can get money to do for any business we like with less collateral. We don't microfinance, especially Ambassador Microfinance, doesn't ask for his members, for his special members, the shareholders, doesn't ask such sky-high collateral. So we have very easy access to get money and to do whatever we want. And the other benefits for shareholders or for members of Ambassador Microfinance is that we have saving, so people who become a member can save their money and we can pay higher rate there. So this is another advantage. The other thing is loan. So my friend asked that regarding to school, what is the benefits or advantages related to this. So we have a very special product here related to schools, and that is we have a school loan. This school loan is specially prepared for students. They can save a very small amount of money, and Ambassador Microfinance will cover their school fee for the whole year regarding basically their savings. So the school loan is another one of the products we are going to offer. So buying, as I told you, buying share in Ambassador Microfinance is one of the solutions that we are moving or we are working just better in business and in other issues. Last question says, $1 million to Ambassador Microfinance as a share company. So usually buying, first criteria just buying a share. So starting from the Ethiopian birr, from 10,000 up to 20 million is the sharing sale. So any organization or personally can buy the minimum amount of buying share is 10,000 birr, and the maximum will be 20 million. So if they buy this, they become a shareholder, member of the organization. The other business will done together. Thank you.
There is immense potential in the beverages,
with processing, IT, and other industries. And the key is creating connectivity locally within each of our countries and among other countries to connect Africa as a whole. And events such as this one, Africa Trade and Investment Summit, as well as online platforms such as ICOA, play a significant role in connecting Africa and Africans, in creating better opportunities to work together, to promote investment within Africa, and creating jobs as well. So ladies and gentlemen, with that we have come to the end of today's event, the second African Trade and Investment Summit. It has been an inspiring day full of knowledge sharing, networking, and exploring opportunities here in Africa. We hope that you have gained valuable insights and made meaningful connections. On behalf of the organizing company, I would like to extend my gratitude to all of you for joining us today. And I would like to remind you that the journey doesn't end here. I would like you to join the ICOA platform so you can benefit more on the connections and the networking, and make sure you become an elite member as well, and make sure you take the elite membership card to get many, many benefits as well. So thank you very much once again for participating. Stay safe, and hopefully we'll see you on our next event. Thank you.